The last 2 days of the weekend could not have gone worse for the Mets.
Currently sit outside of the playoff picture.
As for the Cubs, the lead over the Padres to host a home playoff series is down to just 2.5 games.
Cade Horton leads the Cubs out onto the field. And the rookie right-hander has been brilliant this year, but especially in the second half. And at Wrigley Field, an ERA of just about a run and a half.
Lindor has 621 at-bats this year, more than anybody else in the National League. He's got a 10-game hitting streak working. And he drives one out to left center field. Deep in the gap goes Crow Armstrong, and it's out of here! Francisco Lindor delivers the keynote with a leadoff home run. As he has so many times in his Mets career, Lindor sets the tone. His 29th home run of the year. He extends his record for leadoff home runs in a season.
David Peterson, like we said, a rough outing last time with the grand slam to Manny Machado.
Got a 10.90 ERA over his last 4 starts.
Warner is the Cubs' best hitter against lefties.
Line drive out towards right field. It'll fall for a hit as Soto collects it on a bounce. Nico is aboard.
358 versus left-handed pitching coming into play tonight. And down to third goes Horner, and the cleanup hitter Carson Kelly coming up.
It's ball 4. Cubs have 2 men on.
Going to second with a stolen base is Carson Kelly.
2 outs, 2 on. Carlos Santana.
It's only 1 for 18 since coming over to the Cubs. Fly ball out to right field. Soto easing back to the warning track, and it's over his head and into the ivy. 2-run score. Santana the second with a double, and the Cubs go in front 2-1.
Even with the win, the ball that Juan Soto should have had, and the recent shoddy defense of the New York Mets comes into play again.
Beatty leads it off here in the second inning. Left-handed batter drives one toward the gap in right center. On the run, Suzuki makes a sliding backhanded catch. Very nice play by Suzuki after a long run. And we've already seen evidence, Ron, of how difficult playing right field could be tonight with the win.
Just like that, the Cubs have 2 men on in the second.
And Pete Crow Armstrong batting. He bunts toward third, a good bunt. Throw goes to first in time, and it advances runners to second and third. Beautiful bunt laid down by Pete Crow Armstrong.
PCA's not swinging great right now, too. Peterson, as we mentioned, he's just really tough on left-handed hitters.
Warner had a base hit to right field, stole a base, scored a run in the first.
Line drive, base hit left field. Turner in to score. Shaw will stop at third. Nico Horner. Dynamite!
And the Cubs now lead 3-1.
So now Ian Happ struck out his first time.
Line drive out towards left center field, and that's going to score a couple. Happ around first, on his way to second. In is Shaw. Now comes Nico.
2-run double Ian Happ. Cubs lead 5-1.
So Peterson is out after an inning and a third. One out. Here's Lindor, who homered his first time up.
Lindor slaps that one to center, and Pete Crow Armstrong makes the catch. PCA Gold Glove style on display. Soto bounces that to first. Santana steps on the bag.
1, 2, 3 for Cade Horton.
Michael Soroka takes over. They've been protecting Cade Horton in terms of innings, but this feels a little early.
Was removed from the game after 29 pitches with low back tightness.
Bush smothers that.
Bush, unassisted play, inning over. Good job by Soroka.
PCA's not off to a good start here. Punches a single beyond the diving Lindor.
Nico Horner's already 2 for 2. Warner rips one, and Beatty equal to it. Out at second. McNeil's throw, though, goes into the dugout. And Horner will go to second base. Not sure what happened to Jeff there. McNeil's throw not even close.
Certainly was able to influence throw a little bit.
That is 6 errors in the last 4 games for the Mets.
2 down, but a runner in scoring position for the Cubs. And here's Happ batting left.
And on the right side, McNeil diving for this one, gets up and throws wild again. That'll bring Horner in to score. Happ is safe at first, and it's 6-1 Chicago. Back-to-back bad throws by Jeff McNeil gift the Cubs a run.
Payoff pitch. Swing on a ground ball up the middle. Base hit going into center field for Marte. He's hit in 10 straight games.
Here's Alvarez, who struck out his first time up.
That's to short, and that one eats up Swanson and out into left center field. Happ will pick it up and fire it towards Nico. And Alvarez into second.
Dansby Swanson trying to come to that ball to give himself a chance for a double play, and it skipped right under his glove for an error. And the Mets have second and third and one out.
And Lindor coming up. He homered his first time up.
Pulled on the ground toward the hole, but Horner shuffles over to get it and gets the out at first as Marte comes home to cut the Cubs lead to 6-2. We'll see whether they can bring another one in with Juan Soto up. And he takes ball 4, and that puts 2 men on for Alonso. So now Alonso with a chance to get the Mets right back in this. And Pete drives one deep right field. Suzuki goes back and watches it off the Ivy. In to score is Alvarez. Soto stops at third. A bullet by Alonso. It goes as a long RBI single to cut the Cubs lead to 6-3.
The Mets will bring the tying run to the plate in Brandon Nimmo.
Taylor Rogers comes out of the Cub bullpen to deal with the lefty hitting Brandon Nimmo.
That's drilled to deep right field. Suzuki going back into the well. That ball is out of here. Brandon Nimmo ties the game with a 3-run homer.
A 3-run game tying homer for Brandon Nimmo. And the Mets have come back from 5 runs down. It is the Cubs 6 and the Mets 6. An error opened the door. And the Mets have burst through here in the 5th inning.
Well, the night started with the wind blowing in. It's turned into the opposite. And Kelly pops one up behind first. Alonso hoping it'll stay in play. Reaches and makes the catch and tumbles into the netting. No, he lost it. I thought he had it, but he did not. And then went tumbling into the netting.
He went through the netting into the seats. Gets his glove to it, on it.
He had it, but then when he hit the netting, it popped out. Yep. Here's Jeff McNeil, line to center, and then a broken bat pop-up. And he pulls that one down the line. Suzuki goes over to try to cut it off. McNeil's going to test him, trying for second. Suzuki's throw is offline, and McNeil has a double. 20th double of the year for Jeff McNeil. 3-0 now to Alvarez with Lindor on deck. He takes ball 4, so Pomeranz comes in and gives Alvarez a 4-pitch walk, and that'll get Lindor to the plate with 2 men on. Now with a chance to take the lead, 2 out and 2 on. And he lines one up the middle, base hit! Here comes McNeil around third. He'll score the go-ahead run. Francisco Lindor drives in his 3rd run of the night, and the Mets go in front 7-6. When the chips are down, Lindor is the man. Well, his twin brothers already appeared in the game. Now Tyler Rogers is in for the Mets.
Happ takes ball 4, and Ian is on for the 3rd time in the game.
So that pushes the tying run into scoring position.
And Seiya Suzuki is coming up.
Back up the middle of the base hit. Here comes Nico around third. He's in to score, and we're tied up. 7-7.
Seiya Suzuki with his 92nd run batted in.
Brought John out of his seat.
Slow-mo, John Mulaney.
And now 2 out and nobody on for Justin Turner. Turner flies one into shallow center. Long run in for Nimmo. Sliding. He can't get there. Brandon Nimmo playing center field. First time he started in center all year. We'll get a pinch runner. Kevin Alcantara will run for Turner at first base, carrying the go-ahead run.
Alcantara taking off. Throw to second. Tag. Safe. Yeah, first big league steal.
Facing Pete Crow Armstrong with 2 out and 2 on. 2-2. Struck him out.
Shutting down Pete Crow Armstrong and the Cubs.
So now it's left to Francisco Alvarez.
They can win this game. They go back in the lead for that 3rd wild card spot.
And he drives one deep left center field. Crow Armstrong back, and it's out of here. Francisco Alvarez puts the Mets in front with a 2-run homer. Alvarez with the biggest hit of his life, his 10th home run of the year, and the Mets are back in front. It's 9-7 in the 8th.
And potentially one of the handful of biggest home runs hit by a Met this year.
Carlos Mendoza has pulled out all the stops in this game, and now he's going to go to his last bullet and bring Edwin Diaz in to try and get the last 6 outs. 1-2-3 inning of the 8th for Edwin Diaz. It's 9-7 going to the 9th. Edwin Diaz looking for his 3rd 6-out save of the season. Struck him out. After falling behind 3-0, he comes back and strikes out Kelly with a slider. 1 man down in the 9th. Strike 3 call. 2 men down. Edwin Diaz working at premium effort. 5 batters, 4 strikeouts. The Cubs are down to their final out. Dansby has never had a sniff against Edwin Diaz. He's 0 for 10 with 9 strikeouts against Edwin in his career.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Put it in the books. The New York Mets have regained control of their destiny as they came from down 5 runs in this game and win the opener of this 3-game series from the Cubs.